Visit Sayorite.com for all your project supplies, tools, and instructions.
Hi, I'm Eric Grant with Sayorite. In this tutorial video, we're going to be installing a hole for a common sense, or what's called a twist lock fastener eyelet. That's 4 slits for the prongs and an oval for the center. And we're going to be using dies for this. This is the common sense hole cutter and the common sense punch, and it's not available from Sayorite. These dies are designed for the SnapMaster that Dot makes. And the SnapMaster tool takes a lot of complex dies that are like this, but you just need to know that the HandyPress will handle all the dies for the SnapMaster. So let's get started and show you exactly how these dies work. Oh, and by the way, Sayorite is coming up with a common sense or twist lock eyelet hole cutter that'll work in the HandyPress that's very reasonably priced. It'll come out in a couple months.
Before we get started, you need to know that the HandyPress may just be the best hand press ever made. Besides the fact that it takes almost any brand die set made for any brand hand press, it has some major advantages that other hand presses don't even come close to matching. I highly recommend you watch the demo video showing the amazing features of the HandyPress. To see it, click the link in the description or in the upper right hand corner of this video. To demonstrate how the SnapMaster dies work, we're going to be installing a common sense cutting die and the common sense cutting punch and using it in the HandyPress. On the side of the HandyPress is a thumb screw. Remove it. We'll thread it into the shaft at the bottom here. Don't thread it in all the way, just thread it in a couple threads and stop. All of the SnapMaster dies will require the 9.5mm adapter that comes with the HandyPress, and we did remove the compression pin. Why did we remove it? We found that the pin bends under the extreme pressure of the HandyPress. You can leave it in, but we recommend removing it if you can. We'll slide the cutting die onto that adapter and then tighten down the set screw. The second adapter will be installed on the cutting punch in the same manner. The common sense cutting die will be installed in the upper shaft of the HandyPress. Typically, this die is installed so that the oval runs lengthwise from left to right, in other words, the longest part of the oval, or the longest edge of the die. It can be turned 180 degrees if you like. For the bottom die, you'll need to use the adapter that comes with the HandyPress and insert it in the base of the HandyPress. Then, insert the bottom die, which is the common sense cutting punch. Rotate the thumb screw to lock it in place and be sure the dies are aligned appropriately. One of the great things about the HandyPress is it can handle a variety of brand dies and sizes. So we pull down the lever of the HandyPress to find out where the dies are coming in contact with each other. You can rotate the shaft up or down by rotating it to the left or the right. Rotating it to the left lowers the die, rotating it to the right raises the die. Your objective for this die is for the oval cutout on the upper die to come in contact with the base of the bottom die under slight compression. Continue testing the dies and raising or lowering the upper shaft until you get that sweet spot compression. At that position, the lever on the HandyPress should be horizontal or slightly downward, and it needs to be under slight compression, as you can see here. Now I believe we're ready to punch our first hole in our fabric assembly for our common sense or twist lock eyelet. We're going to depress the lever with our fabric assembly. This is 3 layers of a top-notch fabric, and we will check to see if it needs to be adjusted. After your first punch, you should have all the other punches set appropriately, and it did cut through nicely. It's not uncommon for this die to have a little bit of fibers that are still connected. You can simply use scissors to cut those off. You may want to consider adding the HandyPress sliding backstop for use with lower dies. This will allow you to use a backstop so you can place that fastener exactly where you want it. To use it, simply remove the lower die and its adapter. With that die removed, you can slide the HandyPress sliding backstop for use with lower dies, which comes with the HandyPress backstop extender, that white piece, and then reinstall the adapter and the die that you're currently using. There's no need to reset the HandyPress for the appropriate compression because all we did is remove the lower die and reinstall it back in place again. Now all we have to do is set the backstop. To set the backstop in, I like to place my fabric in the appropriate spot for the die to be inserted with the die almost directly on top of the fabric without penetrating. Then I push the plate in the appropriate position and lock it down with the thumb screw on the side. Now my backstop is set for all installations. All I have to do is just push the fabric up against that HandyPress backstop extension and press the lever, and my fastener is always going to be put in consistently from the raw edge or the hemmed edge of the fabric. This is only one of many dies that are made for the SnapMaster press, but all of the SnapMaster press dies that are made by Dot will work beautifully in the HandyPress. If you've watched this video in its entirety, you probably already know how to install the eyelet, but we're going to demonstrate how to do that here. We're going to take the eyelet and push the 4 prongs into the slits that were made by that die, and then we're going to turn the fabric over and install the washer on the backside, and then bend the prongs in place. And now your common sense or twist lock eyelet is installed. The HandyPress will also work with multiple other brands and types of dies. We hope this video has been helpful. Check out our website to find out what other types and brands of dies will work with the HandyPress.